2013? No, that's not the new year at all. 2016. Since 2007, every important thought I've ever had, basically, has been written down in one of these tiny little black books. For a long time, nothing really happened. I was just at home or whatever, but in the last 2 years, I've used up 3 of those 7 notebooks. Lately, and because it's very difficult to start writing in a little notebook you paid $14 for, because it kind of feels like, you know, your ideas aren't important enough. I always try and write something badly, and do a drawing that doesn't look like anything. So in this one, and for the last couple I wrote it down in my diary, so I wouldn't have to remember, which is my favorite quote from Indiana Jones, by Dr. Henry Jones Sr. in Indiana Jones 3, The Last Crusade. But I also wrote down something from one of my other notebooks, which is actually the last line of a small poem. Let nothing become too precious. This is the poem. It is a strange feeling, the beginning of a new little book. It is the antithesis of creativity, of creation. Let nothing become too precious. Because, you know, you think these are kind of fancy, they're kind of expensive, and you don't want to waste them. But the only way to waste a little notebook is not to use it, because you bought it to write things down in. That's why I've tried to like write on the front or put stickers on it or whatever. So for the drawing in this new one, I did, let's see if you can see it. I did a picture of me, and I said, okay, now I can start. I try and, you know, use up these notebooks as quickly as I can, basically, because I found that the last couple of pages of any of them are the best. And in the last couple of pages, that's where I'm like, I want to use this up so that I can get to the next one and start on something else like that. And that sort of drive, I think, creates better content. Even though there's not a lot of actual content in here, it's just scribbles and graphs, and I taped a leaf in here one day. The easiest way to not use one of these little notebooks is to be really precious about what you put in it. If you think to yourself that this little piece of paper is more important than your ideas that you bought to put inside the book, then it'll take you 3 years to fill one up. And it's the same way with like putting stuff on the internet or whatever. If you think that your ideas aren't important enough to show people, then you'll never show anyone anything, or then you'll never make anything of importance. Oh yeah, so I did all my video editing for today and used up 20% of the battery. So now it's down to 60%, because it started at 80. Anyway, whatever, my computer is very slowly running out of battery power. And there is an Apple store in town, and a Best Buy, and all kinds of stuff. But because it's New Year's Day, none of the buses are running.